Good evening and a very warm welcome to this evening's rescheduled London Ballet Circle in Conversation with Nina Ananiashvili. In the world of ballet, there are stars, there are superstars, and then there are those for whom those labels are just not enough. And tonight's guest definitely falls into that category. Described by the Daily Telegraph as one of the 12 greatest ballerinas of all time, Nina Ananiashvili has had an illustrious career both on stage and off. Today, she is the artistic director of the State Ballet of Georgia. And fortunately for all of us who are in the London area, the company was dancing in London just recently, and we got a chance to see this amazing troupe of dancers. And I personally hope that there will be a return engagement soon. I'm very grateful to Nina for joining us tonight to share her journey from junior figure skating champion to the great ballet legend she is today. And this evening's host is Gerald Dowler, who's no stranger to all of us. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us, and a warm welcome to the London Ballet Circle. If you have any questions for Nina, she's happy to take them. Please type them into the chat box, which is at the bottom of your screen, and please give your first name. So that's all from me. I will now hand you over to Nina and Gerald.
Good evening. I'm happy to be with you. And so I'm ready for any conversation.
Good evening, Nina. It's a great privilege to be able to chat with you, and for members of the London Ballet Circle to join us and to listen. Susan said really something which was very true indeed. You are, as we all know, a very great artist, and we are delighted that you've been able to join us and that you're able to give us your time. Now, we saw very recently your company, and you brought the company to London and you brought it in production of Swan Lake. Perhaps can we start to, what were your reactions to the London season? Are you happy how it went? And then perhaps we can explore the production itself, because many of us did see it.
One more time, good evening for everyone. And, first I want to start with to express my love about London and London City, because I'm thinking so like a really big name what I get, like ballerina. It was after London tour, in the Bolshoi's tour, when I'm dancing Raimonda there accidentally, so I was not in the schedule. So, and after that, when next day in the newspaper and everything was like with my photos and my name. So my teacher, who was great ballerina herself, Raisa Struchkova, she come to me, she was with me, and she says, Nina, congratulations, now you are really named like ballerina. Mm-hmm. So, and since that, of course, always when I was performing in Coliseum Theatre or with Royal Ballet or with Sedlin Welsh Theatre, always I have fantastic memories about this period, and always I have fantastic feeling to perform front of London audience. But this time was totally different. Mm. So I was not dancing myself, of course. And I was, I think, 10 times more nervous. It was like, my feeling was like, so I brought my, children, my students, to show my London audience. So what I'm doing during these 20 years in the Georgia. So, and it was somehow like my... thank you, and I don't know what kind of, like, to give back to London audience with young generation. It was that feeling. So stressful, frankly say, we can say to you, because when I was dancing myself, I was responsible just about me, how I'm dancing, what I'm doing. But now everything, and my feeling was also all audience was very friendly. Mm. I know it was a lot of critics. I know a lot of people who knows ballet so well, they come to watch us, like in the binoculars, you know, like this. So somebody comes, my God, what we need to see bad, what's happened there, or somebody comes to, oh, let us see what is good there. You know, it's different feelings. But generally, definitely, it was like big pleasure, big pleasure. Company also feels this energy, and like, you know, it was like I always explain, it's like ping pong, you know, like this.
Mm.
As much you give to audience, you receive this back. And I think, and this theater also was not like that huge, so you don't see audience, you feel audience with wonderful orchestra, live music, and it's like theater with so many traditional, I mean, so many companies was dancing there, and we was like part of this history, you know.
Yeah.
And, especially for Georgians, for our company, for State Ballet of Georgia. I mean, even we are not a young company, we are opening 173rd season this year. So anyway, this was history.
Yes.
We're writing new words in our Georgian ballet history. So first time company was performing in the Coliseum Theatre in London. So I'm so proud.
Congratulations. What was the reasoning for your choice of Swan Lake?
First of all, it was a choice, not just mine, it was choice also for producers, of course. But I think what Alexei Fadechev, we work together and like our team. So I think we have very nice Swan Lake. When we was thinking about this from beginning, so I really wanted to make production like new production, what today young one also can watch.
Yes.
Just ballet fans who knows ballet so well, but like, let's say like much more clear. So audience, any audience can watch and know the board, you know, like, oh my God, no, you know, when this pantomime is over, oh my God, what is this? So I really wanted to have a like dynamic performance also. You know, it was important because life is today different.
Yes.
And life is much more, I don't know why, its clock is goes quicker, or sun is goes round quicker. What's happened in the earth, I don't know. But we all running. We never walk anymore quite.
Yeah.
We're all walking fast because, I mean, personally myself, I never walk. I'm always run. You know, I'm going the stairs up quickly. I can't go stairs down quickly because I want to do a lot of things, you know. And I think this is not just me, everyone like that. So, and people cannot stay to watch 5 hours performance today.
Yeah.
We are not Wagnerians, you know, just I think just Wagnerian people can do like that. It's not anymore. So, and I think what we did it really, really good. It was like this, make it short production.
Yes.
We try to keep it musically very, very nice and not broke, you know. And also we keep it story. I mean, it's so important. And and it's important to dancing well. That's also very.
Yeah. I mean, Fiona has said that the pace was much faster than we're normally used to. One interval as well.
Yes.
So that was your idea, to bring things, to make it a bit faster and a bit more concentrated.
Absolutely, because you know, like this it's always difficult between the first act and second act, so we don't do pause. It was just like even not sitting pause, like really breathing pause, you know, like and then music it starts. So people don't go down and waiting 5 hours when decoration change, and its stories goes quicker. I mean, people don't forget it what they see the first act, you know. So I think it was my mission, and I think we did it this well.
Yes. Helen has said that she really enjoyed the performance. She saw Nino and Oleg and Marcello. Thank you very much. And can you come back with Don Quixote?
We just have tomorrow, we open our season with Don Quixote. And I think also, because, you know, like how, you know, me and Alexei Fadechi was partners and very
Yes.
good And what was my happiness? He stopped dancing, and then generally I was still dancing very long time, but somehow he has time to be with me, to spending a lot of time with companies. And her wife, Tatiana Rastargova, who is our permanent teacher also in the Georgia, she's also from Bolshoi. So I mean, like we have like little our team there, of course, all my teachers and everybody who is working with me. So we start together when in the Georgia was no heat, no lights, no floor, no good studios. It was everything very the bad situation. So now we have different theater. We have beautiful theater. We have beautiful studios. We have renovated opera house, beautiful old one, but it's really totally renovated inside. So equipment and everything very new, like 21st centuries. So it's totally different than it was 20 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
These, my friends, my true friends, was with me when it was difficult there. And they are working from beginning for nothing. I don't pay them from beginning. So this was just like friendship. It was working.
So it's in 2004 that you became director. Why did you, one, want to become a director, and two, to go back to Tbilisi and to become director there?
I don't want to be director ever, not thinking at all, because I was active ballerina and always love to teach, frankly say.
Yeah.
And I'm quite lucky with my teacher because they always mention me when they're working with me. They always say, when you will be teaching, you will remember us. I really every day thankful to them because even I don't think how many things they have put it in my head and my back, you know.
Yeah.
So amazing what as much I'm working with young one, as much I'm working with students or with company, as much I'm thankful to them. So not just like to my great teacher, yes, from school, Zolotova and Struchkova, but I still working with Marina Semyonova a lot. I work with Nikolai Fadechev, who was famous prince, and we worked together with Alexei's father. So I mean, a lot of these people who was all my life career. Then I work with Irina Golbakova in ABT. I mean, I met wonderful people. I work with Kenneth MacMillan. God bless his memory. I was really love any minute, any second when we work together. Ben Stevenson, who staged specially for me Snow Maiden with Carlos Acosta. We dance in Houston. I learned from him a lot of things, you know, but I never thought so I will become one day director. I just learned because I want to sharing later my knowledge with young ones.
Yeah.
But suddenly this happens like this. President of Georgia, he called me and says, Nina, I want your help. Please, when you come down to Tbilisi, I want to talk to. This was Mikhail Saakashvili. So I went to Tbilisi to talk to him, and like frankly say, theater was in a really big situation. Not just theater, country was this big situation. It was empty car. Now we have traffics. So empty. The street was empty. So light was just like one light in near the after 5 o'clock, city was dying. Everybody was afraid to go out. So it was really difficult situation, very difficult. And when I just talked to him and he told me, Nina, I needed your help. I needed to to revival of opera house name, like it was during the Vakhtang Chabukiani.
Yeah.
I want to have your help to do this and that, you know, and I cannot say no. Because I see what he really wanted. And it was not just words. And he promised me, I just say, so 3 years, give me 3 years. If I show during the 3 years results, then I can stay. If not, then I can move. I'm go. And just like what he did it, this was like first time from long time. I was paid dancers because they don't pay so many years. They have just like miserable payment. And even somebody don't have money to come from little bit outside of city to come to opera house, because first it was no transportation, and most important, they don't have money. So they was coming like 2 hours by walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and when I say yes, I remember it was August, the end of August, and it was still vacation or at the theater. And I say, how you can call people is nobody in the city? And he says, no, no, no. Tomorrow we are announce this and everybody will be at the theater. And I really was shocked. It was announcement in the television, and next day full theater really was there, and everybody was waiting this news. And when they announced about myself, so I will be artist director, I was so unhappy because I thought, oh my God, every time when I was coming to Tbilisi to perform and dance, everybody was like me so much. Now when I will be director, a lot of people will have problem. But I say, but if we want to do something, we need to do quick. Everything we need to work 2 times or 3 times harder, and 2 months without payment. Cannot have money immediately. And nobody, I mean, I can cross and say, nobody, no one person come to me and say, no, no, without payment, we then cannot come, we're so tired. So full ballet company was working September, October, and November, nearly 3 months, without any payment, no salary.
Gosh.
And we do first production, what I put it, this was modern ballets. It was Trey McIntyre's ballet. It was Stanton Welsh ballet and Alexei Radmansky's ballet. It was three ballets. What I have these ballets before, so we staged this everything in Russia, in Moscow, for my little group of people, for my, like it was my little enterprise. So in all this ballet, I moved to Tbilisi, and during these 2 months we was working, and then in December we do first premiere. Everybody thought I brought new people, a new company with me, but all of them were same people.
Right. Right.
But also one thing I want to say, of course, I'm start a lot of things from beginning, but I was really shocked when that many years people in the Georgia was working without money because they love this job. They was coming, they was doing classes, and they was performing, sometimes without light, sometimes with light, sometimes no heat, no water, but anyway, they saved theater. They saved this Opera House Institute. Singer was singing, ballet dancers were dancing. So anyway, this was like something really special. They are keeping this institute.
And what you've done with the company is you've internationalized the repertoire as well. How important was that for you to do?
It was so important for me because, you know, in my period when I was dancing at the Bolshoi, I can say I don't have chance to work with choreographer. We have Tbilisi Ballet by Grigorovich restaging. So, and his ballet, Grigorovich ballet, that's it. I don't have chance to work with some other choreographer in my life. When I became ballerina, then I call Trey McIntyre, I call Stanton Welsh, and Radmansky was first his ballet, he was staging for me. So it was like absolutely separated from Bolshoi, you know. And when I get this company in Tbilisi, I just say, oh my God. And I say to president, so I needed special money for staging ballet. Salary is different and stage ballets is different. It's because I cannot cut salary and do something, or opposite. So I don't want to take this performance money to give more salaries to somebody. It must separate. And he promised me, so 3 years, and it continues like this. Government helped me. We are by government theater, so our opera house, ballet and opera house. So we are under of government, and they are supporting us still.
Mhm.
I can say this. And first 3 years, I do 27 ballets.
All right.
And this ballets was not just short one-act ballets, but it was big 3-act ballets like Swan Lake, Don Q, Lavrovsky's Romeo and Juliet. We have beautiful Lavrovsky's Romeo and Juliet, very beautiful production. And this was Ashton's program, Ashton's ballet. I was first in the, let's say, that time Soviet area who gets Ashton's ballet. I was first in Tbilisi. And after I helped Bolshoi and Stanislavski Theater to get those ballets. Thank you for Anthony Russell Roberts, whom I know when I was dancing in the Royal.
yeah.
I know him, and he really helped me to get Ashton's ballet program here in Tbilisi. So we have La Fille Malgarde, we have two pigeons. Still, we have these productions.
Lovely.
It was. Yeah, it was like then Ashton's program with his numbers, like it was beautiful, beautiful program. So, and then of course, Balanchine, I can say, because Balanchine, we are proud also, he's Georgian, Balanchivadze, Georgi Balanchivadze, and I think in Georgians we dancing his choreography with special energy and special love, Mr. B's ballet. We love so much, and I'm so thankful for Trust, Balanchine Trust, because from beginning they are helping me so much. Barbara Horgan, who was Trust that time in the board of Trust, so she gave us less presents to these ballets. So, and then afterwards we have like more than 9 Balanchine's ballet. Wow. And we will do this season also. And people who come to work with our company, this was Maria Gallegari and Bart Cook, this person who was working with Mr. B themselves.
Yes.
There was their people, and it's very, very difficult to find it today, people who really work with these great people.
Yeah.
So this is like, let's say, like we are just 3rd generation, not 4th and 5th generation. If you think, it's not really far.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask people who are watching, are there any questions so far based on what Nina has said that you'd like to raise? Just put them in the chat and I will slip them in, but don't hesitate. Now, I'm going to take you back to, we heard from Susan, who said you started off in as a skater. And then moved across to ballet. Thinking back there, did skating bring anything to you as a dancer?
Yeah, I think yes. It's interesting question. Of course, I don't think about ballet because I was quite successful when I was little kids, like even we have very small, not very big, I mean, we are not big country, but in the my level of children, I was champion,
Right.
Like, and I'm go slow like this. And then let's say last my period when I was there, comes ballerina, like choreographer to this school. And they're staging for me, especially for like free ice skating. Yes, we have like, we need to do this, and then one day free. They're staging for me Dying Swan.
Oh, okay.
This Dying Swan has changed my life. Because mom ordering especially from opera house tutu, feather, and I thought I'm like Maya Plisetskaya, like so serious, but in the eyes. And I have just like 2 photos left from this my Dying Swan from when I was like 9 years old. 8, 9 years old, I think, yes. So, and I was so serious to do this. So, and this choreographer, Aladvali, she was say to my mom and to me, you know, if you want to dance with this kind of costumes, you can go to do ballet, like you have long legs, so it's proportion, so it's better to go to ballet like this, and you will be princess, you will have a lot of princess, and like something. You know, and then my mom says, Nina, what do you think? Do you want to try? I say, let's mom try. Maybe I'm not good enough there, so they don't take it me.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking, so I was quite flexible because we do some exercise there.
Yeah.
We was running, we was jumping, because we need to make it our legs stronger. I mean, I was quite strong. I was pumping and I was like very, very athletic because I have two my brothers, older brothers. They also training me. So I was quite strong by hands. I was more sport person than like ballerina girls, you know. And I think later when I moved to ballet, 2 points. It was difficult because I need to make it straight, my body. But in the eyes, I have a little bit like this. You need to be like this. In the ballet, it's more straight. So in the eyes, it doesn't matter about your foot, you're stretching or not. In the ballet, you need to stretch foot. These two things was a little bit different and difficult. But by strongness, I think jumping and doing some tricky, why I think I was doing double assemblies and double saut de basque so easy, the studio in the ballet classes, because I do this in the ice.
Yes.
High school, yes. When
And presumably you learned to center and to turn as well.
Yeah, this is definitely this, because head, you need to learn to do this turns with head. Even I was 10 years old when I moved to ballet school, but 4 years, I do 4 years. So during the 4 years, so this, my body was stronger. This is definitely, I can say. And I think why my parents put me there, because I always have a bad throat, you know. Always catching cold, and somebody so take it her in their eyes, so it will be much better, because in Georgia we don't have snow, we don't have cold weather that much. So, and make Nina strong health, make it stronger if you take. This is,
And so you moved to ballet school. How was that move? I mean, did it feel comfortable? Did it feel natural for you?
You know, it was difficult, but it was very interesting for me. I have quite strong teacher. She also was Russian named, but live in Georgia all the time. That time, Chabukiani, Vakhtang Chabukiani was our artistic director, famous
Really
Chabukiani.
wonderful, yeah.
And we was afraid him so much, but he was my artistic director in the school. And you know, when I went there, I see I'm not worse in the class. Then I see, so I have more little attention. And then after 1 year, when we have examen of the school, so Vakhtang Chabukiani was sitting, and a lot of other people were sitting in the commission, you know, like that, looking like the. So, and then my teacher, Tamara Vykhetseva, her name, she was very strong, but very, very good teacher. She told me, can Nina dance now, like surprise for you, for everyone? And they say, what kind of surprise? And she says, we have little surprise. And they play Dying Swan. And I do like little, like I go with my arms, you know, like this. And I have little applause. So, and it was like first my big exam, you know, like that. So, and then Chabukiani was calling me and staging something for us. He do this a lot of times because he was working from school children, and in the from television, also from like we have every year school concert, you know, in the opera house. So, and he was like working with me. And then when I was 13 years old, I was dancing a lot. That's a concert program. And it was Russia, it was one system, a Vaganov system. So we always have during this exam somebody from Mariinsky, I mean that time from Leningrad, or somebody from Moscow.
Yeah.
That time was teacher from Moscow, Elena Žemčužina. Now long time she lives in Munich. She's still alive, by the way, I see her. She was watching this exam, and she was in Tbilisi watching also this concert program when I was dancing, and then she called me and say, "Can I talk to your mom?" And I say, "Yes, of course." She talked to my mom, and she explained, so if you're really thinking to have like really like Nina's, I mean, future series or something, she says, I recommend it. She says, I recommend it if you are moving to either Leningrad or Moscow.
Mm.
And it was shocked for mom. It was shock for our family. You know, because even it was one system, we was two different.
Yeah.
That was very different. Two country was different always. And I have language problem also because I learn everything in the Georgian language. In the school, I'm studied by Georgian language, but in Russia, everything was in the Russian.
Of course, yes.
Yes, and when I moved, because family decided to do this for me, it was also very, very hard for my family because we are splitting.
Yeah.
Then my grandma says, so I go with Nina because my father says, so no, Nina cannot go alone there in Moscow.
Mm.
This is very hard, very difficult. I don't want to put her into dormitory. So no, my father says. Then grandma says, okay, I'm stop working and I go with Nina.
God.
And my mom and my brothers, they stayed in Tbilisi because they was working. My brothers was in the institute, in university, so they cannot quit. So, and then all my life, we was like this. So we live with grandma in Moscow. And my mom and father and my brother was living in Georgia. And we just have a possibility to see each other either vacation periods or sometimes my father and mother was coming in Moscow because they have something to do, work or something like study or something like that was coming. And that's it. So it was a very, very hard period from beginning for me. Very, very hard. I was crying, but I don't show to my parents because otherwise they say, go back. So why you want to be here? Let's go back. It was very, very hard, but slowly I decided, my mom, when she saw me, so I'm like now we use this word depressed. So we don't know that time what is this depression. So when I was really little depressed because I miss my family, I miss my brother, I miss my friends, I miss Tbilisi. She says to me, Nina, let's go, Ninachka, nobody force us to come here. Let's go back. What's your problem? And then I say, Mom, you know, if I go back to Tbilisi, everybody will think I'm bad in the ballet. Nobody will. So I have problem for language. And then mom says to me, so, okay, do you want to waiting till the end of this year? I say, yes, let's wait the end of year. So if I can do better, then we can stay. If I cannot, so then we can go back to Tbilisi. And after half year, I was so happy because suddenly I started understood what they wanted, because my mom sent me books and everything in the Georgian language because we have a system. So first I was reading by Georgian language and understood what they wanted from me. And then I go by and my grandma, who was 73 years old, she was sitting next to me and studying with me everything.
Gosh. Wow.
She was doctor. She was very well educated. She knows Russian perfect. She was speaking French, and she was really sitting next to me, and we do all this the study together. When I'm thinking, I think she was really hero.
Yeah.
Really hero.
Do you think that all these experiences that you had, they've given you a strength in your own career and a determination? Because you many times you have done something new, like when you went to America with Andris Liepa, first dancers for decades and decades. It's a big thing to do. Is
Yes.
that the same determination that you've had?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Yeah, because first again, language problem. We don't
Yeah.
speak we don't speak English at all. We speak more French because our education, the school was French language.
Yeah.
But we really wanted. We never see Balanchine before. No, if I'm just say like truly, I saw Balanchine in Georgia when I was 6 years old because the ballet company went to Tbilisi just performing, and my father he told me, so I'm so lucky I can get tickets to go there because it was impossible to get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was really lucky. And we get 2 tickets and we went to this Philharmonia at the time was dancing the concert hall. And I saw Balanchine and the 6 years old. When I say to father, like we are sharing after our memories, he was shocked how I remember all these details. It was emeralds and it was like diamonds, diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. It was this program, yeah. And I remember, of course, I don't remember steps, but I remember how shocked I was to see they have this linoleum plastic, what we have, because we're dancing in the wood floor. But I was that time not ballerina. I mean, just like I was ice skater that time. I mean, it's not, my God, I think somebody need to writing and doing film, but I think all my life, some lot of stories, And I remember how I was like with costumes, with everything, I was so shocked. And my father would say, do you see how beautiful they are using arms? So you need to use these arms when you are ice skating. So like, he was a very artistic person, my father.
Yeah.
Then my grandma reminded me when I went 88 to Balanchines in New York. It was really, really funny. I went this Peter Martin's place. He invited us. I'm so thankful to Peter Martins for that. And when I went this place and I see picture, like photo, so Balanchine is like do cartoon call, is famous picture, Mr. B. He's like, cartoon call. And I said, oh my God, my feeling was like deja vu. We call this deja vu. Like, oh my God, I really see this. I really remember something, how it's possible. I never been this place. I never been in New York. I never met Peter Martins before. How I can see this? Like, it was like that. And then I say to my grandma, grandma, my feeling was something, I see this, what's happened? And then she reminded me, you don't remember, but when you was Tbilisi, like you are
I think we have a slight technical problem. Hopefully it'll all...
he choose you.
Just while we are waiting, just so everyone can know, in 1988 that Nina went with Andris Liepa to New York and danced there. First dancers from the Soviet Union for several decades to be given permission to do so. Spent 3 weeks with New York City Ballet. Hello, Nina, you've returned.
Yes, I'm returned. Yeah. So, and then grandma told me, so you told me, so you have this dream, so Balachin choosing you in the ice school. So, and he was like, because then I review my dream, but when grandmother told me about this, then I review. So, and he says to me, you, this little girl, come to me. And then I went and he says, okay, now turn. I turn. Now do lastachka like libella, this calls when legs back. And yes, I like it you. And I say, grandma, it's impossible. It's really? And she says, yes, this is your dream, what you told me when you were 6 years old. And I said, my God, what is that? What is that? And now I'm here in this house, and I'm just so sorry in my life. I don't met Mr. B. He just passed away in the 1983.
Yes.
1983. And I was first time dancing in America. It was 86. Just 3 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I don't know. I always say, if I will meet Mr. B in my lifetime, I don't know how my life will be changed. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you obviously had a phenomenal career at the Bolshoi. What was your motivation for going to New York, spending those 3 weeks with New York City Ballet, doing Balanchine's choreography? Why then?
Because, like I say, me and Andris, because we don't have chance at the Bolshoi to dance Balanchine.
Yeah.
And it was like perestroika. It was Gorbachev time. So this perestroika give us freedom,
Yeah.
And we went there without anybody. We was just alone.
Yeah.
So, and we have chance to learn Balanchine in the Balanchine's house.
Yeah.
And that time, I just say it was 88, just 5 years. Mr. B was passed away, yes. And, they say, oh, Mr. B was sitting there. And we're like, if Mr. B will be here, so he will say to you like this. Mr. B, sometimes when I was performing, I was looking around. Are he still here? Because emotionally and like it was like very, very, your feeling was like he is looking at you.
Yes.
And I'm so thankful to everyone who was that time in the company. They're teaching and who teaching us. And after first night we danced Raimonda variation.
Yeah.
Then second was Symphony in C. And Symphony in C, I was dancing second movement. Peter Martis just decided like this. And then, Anna Kisselgov, who was a critic of Times.
Yeah.
Then she has interview with me, and she says, Nina, do you know this story? When Mr. B staging this ballet, Opera de Paris, first ballerina who danced second movement was Tamara Tumanova-Tumanishvili. I said, I don't know. I was shocked because that time information about people who left country or who just during the revolution left, it was miserable in our country, in the Georgia. Yeah. We don't get that much information. After I found it, Tamara Tumanova, I met her, and it was a true story, and it was amazing because she says, oh my God, Ninochka, do you see? So I was first Georgian ballerina in the Opera de Paris who danced second movement, and you are Georgian ballerina who danced in this period in the New York City Ballet second movement. Yeah. It's something. Yeah.
Do you think that your training, your schooling under the Vaganova system and your experience at the Bolshoi, did that help you dance Balanchine?
This was very good question, and this was very interesting, because I think first time, me and Andris, of course, we never see those ballets. I just saw Apollo, what we danced later. It was like our bonus, bonus. We danced Apollo. Peter Marty says, if you do very well these two ballet, then we will give you a chance to dance Apollo and Corsar Pas de Deux, because Balanchine likes this Pas de Deux. So, and we do really this in the gala. But it was very interesting. My feeling was that time, like everybody was watching us. It's interesting. During the 10 days with Vaganova system of working, are they can do Balanchine or not? Or they need to do the special training, like just Balanchine training to dance Balanchine. And then you need to read our reviews, and then you will be see answer.
But for you as an artist, did you think, oh yes, this is an extension. It's of what I know.
No, I can say like this. Of course, I think system of education, it's very good. I still very good, very good. I don't like to use these words best or one or first. No, but this system is really, really good. But my feeling was it was so difficult to dance Balanchine, really difficult, because by tempo, by rhythm, like this, we never count it. We always singing, but in the Balanchine you must count it, because it's also very difficult by musically text and step. Really goes very close together. It's no improvisation. So this was very hard. And I can say it was painful, because all my muscle was so painful to do this tempo and like quick movements, like movements. But it was so interesting. And after Balanchine, my mind is changed. And I decided, oh my God, so it means you can dance classical ballet that way too. Not just petit pas way, but that way too. Because in the Balanchine choreography, you see everything, like we say, opposite sometimes. Like if we learn everything, if you do these hands, you need to do these hands, and then you need to go port de bras, just that side. In the Balanchine is opposite. You give two hands and you go opposite side, and then go under and come, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then with like point shoes technique, also, I just say, oh my God, I never thought so. In the point shoes, you can do this kind of steps that quick, that interesting, and it's like your vocabulary, vocabulary.
Yes.
It's just like you see, my English is improved. But your my vocabulary's ballet steps is changed.
Yeah.
It goes plus, So, and it was like why I always say it was like one big jump of my life career after York City Ballet.
Yes. You also, clearly we're here in London, so we must talk about your time with the Royal Ballet, and also working with Kenneth MacMillan. What are your highlights of your time? I think you were with the Royal Ballet as a guest for about 3-4 years.
It was wonderful. It was again like mystical, mysterious how it starts. Of course, in 87, first time we danced with Bolshoi. Then 89, I think I was back to dance in the Coliseum Theater, and does a lot of performances there, like Swan Lakes, Giselle, I think Paquita, I think lot of ballets I've danced in London. But to dream to guesting with Royal Ballet or have invitation, it was impossible. Even I don't dream about it. It was impossible to dream. And it happens like this. I'm married with my wonderful person in my life. It's my husband. And I just say to him, it's so sad. I have invitation to Royal Opera House in Copenhagen to dance La Sylphide. Frank Andersen invited me, but I cannot go there because, this. And he says, why not? He was absolutely out of ballet. He was diplomat. So he says, why not? I said, no, because how I can go, how I can say to him, I want it, or I'm interested or something. And he told me, don't call him. I said, I don't have phone. I said, so what? We can find it Royal Opera House telephone number and you call. Smart people is smart people. We are ballet like this, Tanji Batman, like I never thought it's possible because we are raised ourselves differently,
Yeah.
Just theater must do it. Theater can go, theater. So we don't feel like we are free already. So, and he said, let me see this telephone number, Dance Magazine. Every time I read Dance Magazine, at the end of Dance Magazine, always telephone number of any houses in the world.
Yeah.
And I said, but how you can get Dance Magazine? What's the problem? I can call my colleagues, and when they come to they can bring it. So this starts like this. I call Frank Anderson, and I said, Frank, this is my husband. He wants to talk to you. Hi, it's Nina. Boom. Gregory, because he speaks a lot of languages. He explained, Frank, Nina really dreamed to come to dance and learn in the Royal Opera House, Copenhagen, Bournonville style, La Sylphide. And Frank says, now we are very good friends. He went back and said, oh my God, are this possible? And somehow we make it. It's a lot of stories inside like this, but I go there to dance La Sylphide and Don't You. And immediately I went and newspaper writing Nina Ananiashvili dancing La Sylphide in the Copenhagen or something like this. They received a call from Royal Opera House to London.
Oh.
And question, how you get Nina there? And Frank's assistant, they say, but we can give you her fax number. That time fax.
Fax.
So, and it was Peter Brownlee, God bless his memory. Peter Brownlee was working in administration in the Royal Ballet, and he sent a message in fax. So how it's possible to contact with you. And next day, my assistant was answer him.
Yeah.
Nina is now in the Royal Ballet, but if you want, you can talk to her there by Frank Anderson, or when she come back, or I just send your something like that immediately. Next. And then they say to me what we're thinking about if I come with Alexei Fadechev to dance Prince of Pagoda's Kenneth of MacMillan's.
Yes.
And I like I just say, I'm fainted. So of course we don't see Prince of Pagoda's ballet, but just name. So come to Royal Ballet and work with Kenneth MacMillan to dance his ballet. It was enough. And then that's it. We went there. And first our ballet was Prince of Pagoda's most difficult ballet, I think, I perform in my life. Because classical one, it's mine and I know. But in this choreography was so difficult because music was, oh my God. Oh. And it's thanks God, Alexei has fantastic ear. He has fantastic ear and fantastic memory. He was helping me. He was learning my part and his part too. So, and in extra times when we was in the street, he reminded me what I need to learn, because also we have short period and we need to learn big 3-act ballets. And when we went studio, of course, Anthony Doyle was artistic director. I met Monica Mason, Anthony, of course, Sir Kenneth MacMillan. So, and or Monica Parker was showing us steps.
Yes.
And so Monica will show everything, but Kenneth just comes for last rehearsals. But he comes to, like, let's say hello, like this, like that, and all the time he was with us. I have beautiful pictures. Why we sitting in the floor and why we laughing that much, I don't remember, but fantastic photos with him. And somehow all this period, I don't know, every time I was going to Royal Ballet, Deborah, his wife and daughter, and Kenneth himself, they were so friendly, so warm, so wonderful to us. We always go their house. Deborah was cooking for us. I mean, amazing. I cannot say it was I don't know. It was more than just like a great person and just ballerina. It was more. I have more feeling than that, because it was amazing for me how we start. And slowly I start talking English because I catching by ear. And I danced his ballet. Then I went to dance in the Birmingham Royal Ballet, dance his Romeo and Juliet with
Yes.
Kevin
Kevin
O'Hara.
O'Hare.
Yes.
Yes.
So again, we work there together with Ken. And then I just say, like, how I love to invite you to Moscow to do something for us. And he told me, I know it's impossible to do anything in Bolshoi. And that time I say, now I have some like little, let's say, power or something to organize something not in the Bolshoi, but
Yeah.
in Moscow, just like separate.
Yeah.
I can with banks, I can found it money, I can do this and that. And he says, it's wonderful. We can think about it. And he told me, Ninочка, I cannot do 3-act ballets, but I love to do some 1-act ballet.
Mm.
Work with Russian dancers for you or something. And I went back to Moscow and I was starting to talking to banks to
Yeah.
say some of these projects, and I want to rent it some theater, and then I want to rent it studios to work for this project. I mean, I was like preparing everything.
Mm.
I was so close to finalized, finalized.
Yes.
Project. And then Gregory was calling me and say, Nina. And I went in the big, and I hear this news, he's passed away.
Yeah.
I was shocked like I don't know, my father or I don't know, my relatives passed away. I mean, I was totally shocked how quickly this happens. And And after that, it was so difficult for me. So I went back once in the Royal Ballet and danced. I think my performance was Firebird.
Mm-hmm.
I danced Ashton's ballet there also, parallel with these 3 years. And then during the Firebird, Kenneth MacMillan.Memories went to see my performance in London. And he says, so Nina, we needed you so much, please, in America. Please come to help us. Just starting to work there 1 year. And I want it like this. And I should just say, okay, let me come. I come and then let's see. Can we work or not together? So, and I went there in the ABT. It was 93. Was Swan Lake, my lake, first Swan Lake. It's also other story. So it's about my ABT Swan Lakes. Then the board of director comes and say, what we can do to have Nina here permanently. And Kevin says, just pay. That's 16 years. My patrons really pay my ABT's time.
Yeah, I mean that was another extraordinary career with a great company. Has it always been important for you to be part of a company? I know you've guested a lot, you've had your own group, but how important has the company feeling been to you?
For me, it was important because, especially, I really don't want to leave Bolshoi, no. But I was very close to leave Bolshoi to move to Royal Ballet. I was very close for that. But I don't know. Maybe I do wrong decision. Why? I don't know why I do that time. Why I say no to Anthony, who came and said to Nina, we are ready to give you contract, and could you move with Alexei Fadyechev to Royal Ballet? And we say no. I don't know. Maybe I do really wrong. But that time, you know why we say no? First time I'm talking about this, I think.
Yeah.
Because we was just free from Bolshoi. But I never left Bolshoi because it's perestroika and director of the theater. He was in my side,
Yeah.
Kokonin, Vladimir Kokonin, God bless him. He really likes me, and he says, "Don't leave Bolshoi and go and dance everywhere." So it's okay. I give you permission, because time was changing.
Yes.
Already have contracts in the Bolshoi, and I never leave Bolshoi, but I was dancing American Ballet Theater and the Bolshoi and do my tours, and I really wanted always go back to work with my Raisa Struchkova, with Marina Semyonova, to dance some performances inside the Bolshoi, and
Yeah.
again to learn something or show something or dancing, and again go back to company and work with my coach, and like this. I think it's wonderful, but
Yeah.
I frankly say I think I was first ballerina from let's say Soviet area who was dancing still in the company and traveling and working with other company like
Yeah.
ABT. After me, thanks God, so somebody can do this, but I think I was really first to do, like during the 16 years.
Yeah.
During the 16 years, yeah.
You know that your revelation that you almost came to London permanently with Alexei Fadeja, everybody watching, they will have gone, "Oh no." It
Can
would
you
have been
guess when me and Alexei now we was in the Coliseum Theater together, and he turns to me, he now is big like his father, like big. I'm still a little bit better. So, and he says, "Nina, oh my God, do you remember how many memories we have in this house, this theater?" God, yes, really. I mean, one book, it's not enough. Not
No.
enough. All these intrigues and what happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't want it, so put it me in the program. And then I think this Paul, who was producing this time, also he was that time very young boy, and he comes to me and say, "Nina, somehow they took it out from this performance. Why? Everybody asking, are you dancing on this?" "Yeah, of course I'm dancing." So I was running into our administration. I said, "Why you change my name? I want to dance my performance. It's announced." So because they put it me extras performance, and they thought I cannot do 4 performances in the row.
Yeah.
And I say, no, I will do any my performances if I'm announced. So, and it was in this Coliseum Theater. I was dancing every day performance, 4 days in a row.
There's a question from Fiona who is talking about how what are the emotions like when you decide I'm finishing now? So when you left ABT, when you give your last performances, how is that a difficult process for you as an artist?
Generally, it's very difficult, generally, but I don't have final performance at the Bolshoi. I just dance one leg, and I was continue dancing to ABT. I don't know
Yeah.
it was last or not. I don't say last, it's in the Bolshoi.
Right.
ABT, yes, it was my final performance. It was so emotional. So very emotional, and thanks God my father was alive that time, mom not. So, and my older brother and my father and my relatives, they went to see performance. First time my life they have possibility to go and watch my performance, an acceptable show in Tbilisi, outside. And all my life my father was saying, why you don't say how it was there? I say, "Father, everything was okay." And he always, "Why you don't say how it was there?" And when I took him in New York, and he was sitting with my husband in the Metropolitan Opera House, 4,000 people, jam-packed house, standing rows was also sold. I mean, it was no place. And then the end of ballet, I have near the, like, I don't know, somebody counted more than 40 minutes applaud. And it was like second performance, all those bows and everything and everything and everything. And then when we come out, and I see my father, and I say, "Father, how it was?" And he started crying, and he says, "Nina, it's impossible to explain somebody how it." I say, "Father, now you understood me why I said to you all those years how it was," because always I have this So this was special evening, of course, but it's so difficult if you are not there to explain people how it was, how you
Yeah.
does, you know. And this was very, very emotional. But I don't cry. I keep it myself so strong because I know this was not my last performance ever.
Mm.
I was continuing to dance with Georgia Ballet. I
Yeah.
decided. So I decided to move back to Tbilisi. I decided to stay with company. I invited all producers to Georgia to see company. And if they want to take it as in the tour, they know I'm dancing with them, with Georgia. So from beginning, I think why I'm dancing that long, because I feel company needs me on stage.
Mm.
I was promoted them by my also. And frankly say, I don't say this is my last performance in Tbilisi. No, I just say goodbye in Japan. It was my last classical ballet performance. And of course it was one leg. But I don't say goodbye to Tbilisi. I just stopped dancing. That's it.
Right, right. We're coming very close to the end. We're going to finish by 1:15 at the latest. So just to ask anyone watching, if there's a final question that you want to ask, it's now or never. Okay. You have mentioned these great teachers and coaches that you worked with, Semyonova, legendary, Strichkova as well. What do you give to the people you work with, which has come from them, and all the other people that you work with? What is the most important thing you can communicate?
Yeah, like I say from beginning, what I'm doing today, it is what I learned from like collecting information in my head. But of course, like especially when I work with classical ballets, so everything they teach me, I look at them and I say, oh my God, everything I say like their words. Sometimes it's frightening me because it's feeling like I have now iPods in my ear, and I hear Rice's voice. I don't care if your technique is bad. For me, it's important what you play. Because she says, how it's possible ballerina comes on stage with bad technique? It's impossible. It must be. Must be. Technique is technique, but if you don't have heart, if you don't have emotion, if you don't say something to audience never come back to watch your performance. And they always say, you know, trust me, they can see circus, they can do tricks much better than you. But if you do hearts, and if you explain them what you want to say with your body, arms, emotional, they will come to watch every your performance. This is, I remember what Raisa told me, and she told me what I explain now every time. Don't forget it. One person in the audience sitting there and follow you always and everywhere. Maybe this person comes first time in the ballet. You need to dance very good so he can come back to watch you.
Very wise words. Very wise words. That is a perfect place for us to stop. I can't tell you what a pleasure it's been speaking with you. I did see you dance in Prince of Pagodas with Alexei, and it didn't look as if you found it difficult. And also Firebird. So thank you for your performances that I've seen.
So much. You know, it's so sad because, you know, all these rules. So it's impossible to take it picture. It's impossible to do videos. It's impossible to do it. I'm so sad I don't have anything. Just like one rehearsal, I have little, and that's it. I don't have like nobody filming our rehearsal with Kenneth MacMillan. Nobody filming our Prince of Park. I mean, it's so sad. You know, it's rules about money. Then we need to pay, and then, you know, when history goes, so it's not just about payment, it's just about what we see, what we feel, and what stay in your memory, right? And
Yeah.
I'm so sad I don't have for any my London period anything.
Well, your performances are in our memories because we remember it and we thank you for it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, really, it was fantastic period in my life when, you know, when freedom comes and we breathe fresh air, and I say, oh my God, I can go there and I really can dance that.
Yeah.
And then I can do this, and then I can go and learn this. I can work with this. I mean, people who never feel this, they don't understand.
No.
But I'm so lucky, I know before, and I feel this, and I know what possibility young generation has now.
Yeah.
I'm a lucky person.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Susan.
So much.
Well, I think that we're the lucky ones tonight. This has just been incredible. Thank you so much. I wish I'd seen you at the Royal Ballet, but I did see you at ABT, and I saw you with your company at BAM, and it was one of the best nights of dance I have ever seen. I wish that we could keep that and bring it back, but it's just been wonderful. Thank you so much. Your insights are just fascinating. Please write a book, make a film, do something, you know, come back, because there's obviously so much more to learn.
Yeah, I really, because what I promised to my father, and he passed away just a few months ago, and I never did it, this about book. He said to me, please help me to finish your book. Help me. And he passed away. I'm not finishing because I don't have time, but I promise I will do.
Great. Wonderful. Well, we will all sign up for a copy. Thank you. But thank you. And tomorrow night's the first night of your new season. I'm sure it's going to be spectacular. I think some of us will be looking into flights to Tbilisi to see if we can come in.
Please fly. We have like best period. It's in June. Usually the end of June we have festival, and we have more performances and guests and like this in June. So welcome to our festival. So let me know if you come. Make it group for people who loves ballet, and we organize everything.
Okay, you're on. Thank you very much. And Gerald, thank you as always.
Thank you so much. It was very nice to talk to you because you know, when you know ballet well, when you think it's so easy, and it's a lot of my memories also comes out. Thank you.
Oh, your memories are fabulous. So thank you so much. I mean, as I say, we are just so privileged to have had this opportunity to meet you, and I hope there will be more in the future. And thanks to everybody who's watching. Please join us on October 9th for Matthew Ball in person and on Zoom. And that will be at the Royal Ballet School. And following that in November, we have Kathy Marsden, Artistic Director of Zurich Ballet, or Ballet Zurich, pardon me. That's another fascinating woman. And mark your calendars. You'll be getting your newsletter next week, and you will see notices about upcoming talks on December 9th, January 19th, and also a visit to a dance school, one of the ballet schools in December. So booking details for this and for everything else we offer will be on the website and in your newsletter. So thank you both once again. And to everybody who's watching, haven't we had the best night? It's just been great. So thank you, Nina.
Thank you, and good night. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, never say goodbye. A biento.
Yes, a biento.
Yeah. Thank you. Good night.